What's up, Internet, and welcome to Mail Talk Monday. Alrighty guys, I got some questions queued up that people have given me in comments here on YouTube and whatnot. So let's get these questions started, shall we? The first question is, so how did Coda get his name? Coda is our dog, and you see him walking up and down the stairs behind me sometimes when I'm making videos. And Coda got his name from the movie Brother Bear. And if you watch Brother Bear, you know that the little bear cub, his name is Coda. And that's where Coda got his name. We actually spell it different. But that is where he got his name. What are your favorite things to watch online? So the only things I really watch online is YouTube, because I hate watching television online. I don't like sitting in my chair and watching crap. So I like to watch things on the TV while I'm like sitting on the couch or laying in bed or something. So the only stuff I really watch is YouTube. And the type of YouTube that I like, honestly, my favorite channels are people that do like daily vlogs and stuff. I don't know why, but I just find that the most interesting and the most genuine. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like, I subscribe to several channels of people, they put on skits and they do things like that, because they're fun too, but really, I like the daily vlog stuff. Is what I like. Next question. If you were having a romantic meal at home, what would you cook? So if I was doing a romantic meal for Rocky, I would probably cook him something that I normally don't like, but I know that he likes and he doesn't get to eat very often because I don't like it. And that would basically be something seafood related. So I would make, but it also has to be something that I, can tolerate. So probably something like salmon, barbecued salmon is actually really, really good. So that would be something like that to make. And then of course, get a nice bottle of wine, gotta whip out the candles. You gotta do the whole bit, right? So that's what I would do for Rocky for a romantic dinner at home. Okay, so someone asked me, what are my top 10 favorite books? Oh, this one is a complicated one because I honestly don't read that often. So I would have to say that some of my favorite books starting from when I was in high school is the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. That could probably kill off all 10 books here because there's like 1,000 of them. But I stopped reading them sometime in college because he started getting to the point where it's like, oh my God, he's never going to finish the series. It's going to go on infinitely for the end of time. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just, he's really good. Robert Jordan is really, really good. He's an amazing author, and the books are awesome. But I got tired of waiting. I'd read a book and then have to wait a year or 2 years, and then read the next book and have to wait a year or two and whatnot. So I was like, I'm just going to sandbag books, and then I can read them, back to back. And then I stopped reading them, and they're really long. And I don't read very fast. So like ripping through a 1,000-page book takes me time. Especially now that I'm busy and stuff, I don't read that much. So a lot of the books I'm reading now are like smaller, short little books. So we'll go ahead and say that my first 1 through 4 are the first 4 of the Wheel of Time. Eye of the World, The Great Hunt, The Dragon Reborn, and The Shadow Rising. Okay, so we'll say those are the top 4. Next is we're gonna go. I don't want to say they're teeny bopper movies, but they're cool. They're for like younger audiences, I suppose. But the Maze Runner trilogy was actually really good, and it's very messed up. I don't know why I find these kind of books interesting, but they're basically torturing kids to try to find something out, and they're making a movie of the Maze Runner. The guy who plays Styles on MTV's Teen Wolf is going to be the main character for the first movie, and obviously all 3 movies, if they make all 3 movies. So that's actually pretty cool. It's going to be cool to see that in the movie because the series is really good. So I recommend watching the Maze Runner trilogy. So that would be 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 books right there. My next 2 books, again on the same line of messing with children and like ruining their lives. The Unwind trilogy. Only the first 2 books are out though, so that rounds off 9 and 10. What was that? 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 and 9. Okay, so 8 and 9. And what the Unwind trilogy is it takes place after the 2nd American Civil War, where a civil war was fought over like abortion rights and whatnot. because the pro-lifers and the pro-choicers, they started the Civil War. And in the end, to finish the war, they basically came up with this insane solution that no one was supposed to agree to, but they ended up agreeing to it because they were just so sick and tired of the war. And what it is abortion is illegal. So everyone has to have their kid. However, once your child becomes a teenager, you have the option of retroactively aborting the child, but so that no one, technically dies. The law states that like 99.9% of this person that you're retroactively aborting, they get disassembled and their parts get used for donors for different people. So like no one's on donor lists anymore, and then more than that, people will have like cosmetic surgery. Like if they want blue eyes, they'll just buy blue eyes from some kid that's been what they call unwinding. And it's this whole crazy messed up thing where there's all this propaganda about being unwind is a great honor, and you're not dead because you're living in a divided state. And it's jacked up, but I really suggest you read it because it's actually pretty darn good. So the Unwind trilogy. So now I've got one more. For this one, I'm going to choose, and this is kind of weird because I'm not like a super religious person, but I do like reading some of these like religious type books from, oh my God, Jay Baker. I couldn't think of his name, Jay Baker. He's written several books, but I think my favorite is Fall to Grace. And he just has a very interesting take on religion and grace and all that stuff, and how and he's a big supporter of like the gay rights and stuff, so how it intertwines with all that stuff. So I highly suggest you read Jay Baker's books, like all of them. Definitely Fall to Grace, but all of his books, I've read them all, and they're really good. He just had a book come out near the end of last year, I believe, so I've read that one too. So alright guys, that is all the questions I'm going to answer for today. I do have a couple more, but they require a little bit more thought to put into it, so I will answer them later. And also, guys, keep asking me questions or topics you want me to talk about on Mail Talk Monday, and so put them in the comment section down below here on YouTube, or you can message me on Google+. Remember to check out my Google+ page. The link is in every single one of my videos, and that's how I do my social media thing is Google+, because you can follow me, and I do plenty of public posts, not just stuff to people in my circles. So follow me there. Alright guys, thanks to all my new subscribers that have subscribed to me. If you are not a subscriber, remember to click that subscribe button so you'll get all my videos Monday through Friday. And guys, give me a thumbs up if you like reading. Alright guys, until next time, love and bubbles.